Hey there, this is Matt with P3 Gauges. Last episode, we introduced you to our 328D wagon project that we're tackling with UroTuning. In this episode, it's time for us to get to work.
What's up, everybody? Just a couple of cousins chilling in the back of a wagon, as they do. Today we're discussing plans on this wagon. We got a lot of parts from UroTuning, and we're going to get them on the car today.
We're going to start by installing the front struts and the rear air springs and shocks because we know exactly where those go. So we'll get those in place and then figure out where everything else needs to land, like the air lines and the management stuff later.
At least that's what makes sense to a couple rookies. So that's how we'll start. We'll see if that's how it turns out.
I am working on the rear suspension. I got to get it all pulled apart first, and then we'll get the air springs and the rear shocks put in.
I'm going to get started on this front strut. Just kind of get your brake lines in your, this has adaptive suspension, so we're going to take that loose. And then this should be a quick bolt in, and then we just got to run an airline to it. So. I am tightening up the airline to the airbag, so this is kind of like your brake hose. This is flexible while your suspension moves, while you turn, all that. This is going to still provide air but not bind on anything, and then it kind of goes to your more rigid, hard lines that get routed along the chassis. I just wrapped up the front corner. Matt just wrapped up the rear corner. So button a couple things up, we're going to swing around, knock the other side out real quick, and then we can work with our airlines, tank, and compressor. So we've got all the struts and shocks mounted up, and then you just saw us tearing the rear end of this apart. We've got all the carpet and trim pulled out. We've had to trim a few pieces. We relocated this amp up top, and then we have room now. The compressor is fully mounted in, and now we just have to route the plumbing over to where the tank's gonna be. Matt has a small grocery list of fittings to get, and then he's gonna show you how we have this carpet well set up to pull these parts in and out.
The way that we set this up is kind of modular, so we can build it all in the factory carpet out of the car, and then with only a few connections, get it into the car, which will make it easy to build for one, and also easy if we ever need to do any maintenance. Hopefully we don't, but you know, that's how it goes sometimes.
So Matt has a small grocery list of fittings to get. We'll have that fully built out tomorrow, drop it in, and then we literally just have to run the lines to the struts and then set our ride height. It's an important time right now. Matt just finished up wiring everything And now is the point where he's going to take these two little fuses right here and plug them into their holders and power everything up. And if smoke's going to come out, this will be the time. So here we go.
Okay, nothing happened. That's good. This one may or may not kick the compressor on. It did not, so...
That's good. Okay, you ready?
I guess so.
All right, I'm going to turn the ignition on, which should trigger everything, give power to this fuse. And since the tank has 0 PSI, the compressor should start going up to its target pressure. So let's see what happens. Here we go. Contact. Okay.
Oh, wait, turn it off.
Okay.
The main box is not plugged in.
Okay, minor setback there. Easy fix though.
Okay, it's plugged in now. Let's try it again, I guess.
All right, take 2, here we go. Oh, I didn't have to, it's probably already, I'm gonna turn it on anyways.
Yeah.
All right, your screen is on up here. We've got our gauge. We have our analog pressure gauge wired in, and so we're actually watching the pressure go live on here. We'll be able to see it on the airlift screen as well, but it'll be nice to have a dedicated readout on our gauge for that. Even if there's a small leak, it's at 148. Okay, well this is where we take soapy water and spray all the joints.
This might be our problem right here. Yeah, I think I found it. 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 Alrighty, so I got the leaks in the back of the car fixed. For now, I had to do some small modifications that may or may not be undone later, but it's all good to go, no leaks, and we're gonna go ahead and get the stock wheels and tires put back on the car, set it on the ground, and calibrate the airlift kit. Now we have it on the ground. We're gonna go ahead and go through the wizard on the display to get it all set up. I'm not sure exactly what it entails. I think we're gonna set some like baseline ride height and stuff like that, but we'll go through it and you'll get to see kind of what that looks like. We're gonna go ahead and start the calibration by pressing the center button. Level surface, your front wheels straight. They are now. Is the vehicle and all wheels free of obstructions? Is your manifold mounted? Yes. Do you have 1 or 2 compressors? Calibrate pressure, manual or auto. Do you have height sensors? No, we have a 3P setup. Vehicle will now move. Are you ready? All right, it says system ready to use, so we're gonna go ahead and click center button, and we're able to see our pressures there. It's pretty great that I can make my car look that cool with an app on my phone. Now that this thing's all buttoned up, we're gonna go ahead and take it for a drive, make sure everything's good to go. All right, we got 147 PSI in the tank. It's holding strong, which is great. No leaks. And then you can see each of our pressures is sitting strong here on the airlift kit. Yeah, everything's looking good. And no crazy noises. Doesn't sound like it's rubbing anywhere. This is our standard ride height that we think we're gonna be at, so it's looking good.
So from this point, we're ready to throw a livery and wheels on this thing.
Yeah, we're about ready to throw the wheels on, throw the livery on. And then we have a couple of other special surprises just for FixxFest that we're gonna do. And then we'll be heading down there in about a week and a half.
Well, that's about it on this one then.
Yeah, yep, that about wraps it up, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
All right, ready?
No. Sick. All right, guys, I wanna tell you about how ridiculous Squid Game is.